Hi everyone, I'm Ashish, founder of Tutela, and today I'll be taking a question of, we saw people inquiring on Quora or platforms like blogs, different blogs about being in CBSE. How can one materialize or achieve her dream of studying abroad? And this answer is very qualitative. It cannot be categorized into subsequent steps where we say do this or follow these 5-10 steps and you achieve your target university. So I'll try to make it as informative as possible, and I'll try to keep it simple in pointers. So first one, if we have already planned and we have kind of thought about that we can afford the education in the US, so we should start as early as 8th grade. And I totally understand this might be really early age to even understand what kind of course someone is looking at or what kind of major you're planning to do. But you will have to start with basic research, as in getting to know the university, what kind of lifestyle and what kind of majors, what is the exit salary like, what are the job offers, what is the networking over there, what is the ethnicity over there, how comfortable you can be, what are the batch sizes. So such questions and your query should get started as early as 8th grade, and plan it well. Go through the entire guidelines, as in research. There are portals like usnews.com which will help you get all the stats about these universities. Now, projects. Being in 8th grade, you can try and get yourself into some kind of practical project, and which can help you participate in events like Google Science Fair. And this will be of utmost important, because at this early an age you cannot get yourself into standardized test prep. So right now all you can do is couple of research summaries, couple of projects, and don't get directed towards that you have to win the Google Science Fair. Even if your project is being selected at this early an age, it means a lot. And moving on to next topic, next points precisely. Participating in competitions or Olympiad. So in the previous point we talked about projects. Here we'll talk about specific subject-oriented Olympiads. Can be Math Olympiad, can be Science Olympiad, or can be Literature Olympiad, where you get to show your skill and achieving a national rank or international rank. This will mean a lot at this point. Now, keeping in mind being an Indian student, we are not very good when it comes to reading. So it's very nice if we can incorporate a habit of reading some content, some summaries, and which might help you for standardized test in future. So you can start with picking up a few articles related to society, economy, or technology from the New York Times or the Wall Street Journal. So this will help you a lot, and this will also prepare you, or this will also enhance the habit of comprehending the theme behind a given passage or a given article, which in return will help you for your standardized test, be it SAT or ACT. So now this will be the time when we are moving from 8th grade to 9th grade. Up till 8th grade, your transcript does not matter that much. But the moment we are stepping into 9th grade, while applying to the university, your transcript for 9th, 10th, 11th and predicted will be reported. So 9th grade is so much important when it comes to college application. Not as important as 11th and 12th grade, but yeah, it carries approximately, if I give you a count, somewhere around 10% weightage of your entire academics. So now you cannot take at any cost any risk in your 9th grade score. So definitely whatever we will be talking about, it will be more centric towards doing something new along with your 9th grade curriculum. So the first one is start getting yourself kind of familiar with PSAT content, because ninth grade is the time, the October of ninth grade, when you will take your PSAT. And again, being an Indian national, PSAT is not significant in terms of applying to the US universities, but it gives you a good familiarity and a good exposure towards your standardized test, what is to be expected out of SAT or ACT. So now, again, a couple of Olympiad or challenges or competition can again be picked up in your ninth grade. And nothing more, like, keep continued with your research, whatever you are doing in 8th grade, and college selection, college research, along with competition, Olympiads, projects, whatever you can put yourself without compromising your 9th grade academics. So now we have already taken PSAT in month of October when you are in 9th grade. So now we can plan, if your academics are really good, you're carrying a couple of skills other than just academics, as in, maybe some computer coding. So you can plan a couple of APs while you're moving from 9th grade to 10th grade. So side by side, these subjects can be handled. And we're talking about subjects as easy as environmental science or computer science. So you can easily attempt, if you have that extra skill in you, you can easily attempt these two APs while moving from 9th grade to 10th grade. And APs happens once in a year, so May will be the month. While you will be in 10th grade, you can appear for these subjects, and by July your results will be out for APs. While we are moving from 9th grade to 10th grade, it's very much important that we must be familiar with one of the computer languages. While you are in 10th grade, 2 years of research on college requirement, what all other details into it, how can you apply, what all will be the subject SAT requirement, what will be the AP's requirement, what will be the standardized test score like for your dream university, dream course, must be quite clear to you. So now set up a target for yourself. 10th grade, after getting your AP score, somewhere around mid of it, you should get started with the preparation of your biggest leap here, which is standardized test, either SAT or ACT. Take any diagnostic test or take diagnostic test from Tutela, which has proved so insightful for kids to select between SAT or ACT. Appear for this test, get yourself evaluated. We will help you choose the best option to move ahead, because there is no difference whatsoever in applying to the US university with either SAT or ACT. This preparation will roughly take you somewhere as early as 5 to 6 months to as high as 1 year to achieve your dream score. And by dream, I'm also trying to say a deserved one. So you have to be realistic when putting a dream score in your mind. By December of 10th grade, you should be all equipped to take your first attempt for either this SAT or ACT. This first attempt should only be taken when you are a bit closer to your dream score. Let us assume in your diagnostic you received somewhere 1200 out of 1600 in SAT, or an equivalent score of somewhere around 24 out of 36 in ECT. Your dream score based on this diagnostic will lie somewhere around 1450 to 1550 in SAT, or somewhere around 30 to 34 in ACT. Now, if you are closer to this score, somewhere around 20 to 28 in ACT, or somewhere around 1400, 1350 in SAT, then decide for your first attempt. Then take the first attempt, appear for the test, achieve that score, and start planning for your second attempt. So ideally what we recommend, being in 10th grade, by December or January, you must have taken your first attempt. And while moving into 11th grade, the beginning of it, somewhere around April to May or June, should be a second attempt for the standardized test to super score it. While we are in 10th grade, point to be noted, we will also have to decide on a couple of APs. And again, Every year we will keep on pushing 1 to 2 APs, and APs are very intensive, and this gives insight into your skill for a particular subject as compared to the college level content. So APs are kind of college level content. So if you achieve a good score in APs, that proves you have, or you are doing so good in your academics, you have a deeper insight in that particular subject. So those APs can be subject like statistics and mathematics, psychology, or physics 1. And in the month of May, you can appear for APs while you have moved from 10th grade to 11th grade. And by month of June, you must have appeared for your second attempt of SAT or ACT. So while you are in 11th grade, by July, August, all the standardized test requirements so far must have already been met. Based on your course selection, that is, if you are trying to apply for any technical professional courses, for example, computer science major, engineering related courses, you will be needing a couple of subject SATs. And if you are looking into tier 1 university, the number of subject SATs will be as high as 3 to as low as 1. So figure out from the university's website and the admission page what is the subject SAT requirement for international students, and based on that, start taking diagnostic tests for all the standardized tests which you think will favor your college acceptance. So now these standardized tests can be in Math Level 2 or Math Level 1, can be in physics, can be in chemistry, can be in biology, can be in literature. So, don't blindly decide that if you have physics in your 11th and 12th grade, you can do really good in physics. So take a couple of diagnostic tests for each of these subjects, evaluate, compare where relatively lower amount of effort can get you a perfect score. Because subject like Math Level 2 is mandate, but other subjects like physics, chemistry, or for that say literature, these are not mandate. You can choose 1 or 2 subjects out of the option for given or all given subjects. Each of the subject will take you somewhere around 2 to 4 months in preparation, and resources are already available. You can refer to the popular book, or trainer like us or we at Tutela, we help student achieve a perfect. If your diagnostic score lies somewhere around 650, by with 2 months of preparation with us, almost 95% of the student, they achieve a perfect score of 800. And it's very much important to get a perfect score in subject like Math Level 2, where even if you score an 800, your percentile lies to somewhere around 77 to 80. So, approximately 20 to 23% of the global population taking subject SAT in Math Level 2, they get a perfect. So it's very, I would say, intense competition. So we need to put a mark there. Take a mock test after you go through the content, and these mock tests has to be as low as 5 in number to as high as 15. Don't overdo subject SATs. So overdoing at times result into negative outcome. Rather than optimizing your score to 100%, at times it results into someone not getting the deserved score. While you are in 11th grade, you have already kind of started for subject SAT, took your kind of 1 to 2 subject SAT in 11th grade itself, and you might be planning for other while you will be entering into 12th grade. And here you have your summer break of 11th grade. Very important time. Couple of internship must be planned during summer and the winter break of 11th grade. If internship feels a bit of difficult, you can plan a couple of personal projects, or you can plan your profile building really well. Do a couple of, contribute towards society, help, underprivileged kids learn something new. These can be a good pointers for your application. Design a practical project which you can implement in a market, which you can commercially launch. If you can get that deep, there is nothing like that. So again, 11th grade project and internship, and for 12th grade you will keep a couple of projects open as an idea. If we will have relatively free amount of time, we can do one project, or might be a 15 days internship in 12th grade as well. But again, these are very much important, the experience. So right now the entire world is talking about more of skill-oriented education. So other than your academics, your APs, your school score, your standardized test score, what else are you carrying along with yourself? So start focusing on those points, start questioning yourself, what extra do you have? Just to give you an insight, let's say you are studying in school X, which is tier 1 school of India, and you belong to top 10% crowd of that school. Your predicted will be high, your standardized test score is high, you have taken 4 APs so far. All the schools in India equivalent to that of yours will have at least 1 to 2 students whose profile will be exactly parallel to that of yours. And by profile I'm trying to say academic score, standardized test score, and maybe similar kind of project or similar kind of social contribution. So how do you stand out? And all of these kids, they might be applying to universities like UCs. So if a university has so many applications flowing in and with similar kind of profile structure, you must give them a differentiating factor, and these projects can be that differentiating factor. Now you are in middle of 11th grade, somewhere around close to ending of it, and now you will have to start preparing yourself for a couple of APs again. I'm so sorry to put in APs every time during your academic progress, but yeah, I'll explain the importance soon about APs as well. So subjects like Calculus BC or Calculus AB, Physics C Mechanics, Physics C Electrostat and Magnetism, Chemistry or Biology, these subjects, based on what major you will be taking in your college, will make more sense right now. These are very advanced, so you already have the know-how from 11th grade so far. So this might not be very tough for you, but yeah, it will be a bit of challenge, so buckle up for it. In the month of May, while you are in 12th grade, you will be appearing for these APs. Now your standardized test, APs, all requirements, all standardized test score, academic requirements are done. So far I'll assume, juggling between so many things, your 11th grade must have taken a bit of toll. Your 11th grade score wouldn't have been, or is not so good as you expected. This is the time to buckle up, month of May in 12th grade, and start preparing for your 12th grade midterm. Whatever we have lost in 11th grade, couple of percentage, we will cover that up with working dedicatedly on just 12th grade academics. Now you don't have any standardized test requirement, you don't have to prepare for anything, you're all free, you have to logically think ahead with just academics. When you compare the entire academic weightage, now I'll get a bit in detail, while applying to the US universities, your 50% profile weightage goes to your academic score, where you have transcript of 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th and 12th midterm. Out of these 4, the most important is 12th grade. And if there is a considerable rise from the score in 11th grade to the midterm of 12, it will help your teacher or the school authorities to have faith in you and give you a considerably deserved predicteds. And predicteds are very important. So, by the time you will be applying to the university or you will get into it, you will barely be taking your boards exam. So your results will not be out by then. I'm talking about when you take your CBSE 12th grade board in the month of March, you also get your acceptance by then. Your results will be coming out in the month of June. So predicteds are the score trusting which a college will assume that you will be getting approximately this kind of score in your final 12th exam. So this is very important, and take it very seriously. Buckle up, get a good percentage. Your school authorities will give you a good predicted. Out of your entire academic profile, 50% is your school academics. Next 30% is standardized test score, SAT, ACT, APs, precisely not SAT and ACT both, any one out of these two. Then subject SATs, APs, and remaining 20% is your social contribution and projects. So priority should be given in the same order, and hence your predicted has to be very strong. Now you have started preparing for 12th grade, you are doing good there. Soon your application process will get started, with Common App being the first one. Your first set of application will be sent in the month of October, by end of it, and which is early decision. And by mid of November, you will be sending your UC application, and all other goes by mid of December to mid of January. Now, you understand why we shifted all the standardized tests kind of 6 months before it should have actually happened. As in, people recommend take your standardized test ACT or SAT in 11th grade. And we specifically recommend the moment you are entering in 11th grade, your SAT and ACT score should have been out by then. Because we want to save this time to score a good predicted, to write the essay requirement, to write the SOPs, to bag in a good recommendation from the authorities where you are doing your internship, or recommendation from your school teachers. The LOR, the letter of recommendation, has so much of importance. You cannot compromise on that. And this could be good, as in the recommendation can be good only when you spend time with teachers or spend time in internship. We need to save that time as well. So again, by mid of January, you are done with your entire work. All the applications are gone. You will have your pre-boards here, and I hope you have already prepared well for that. And then you will buckle up for your boards and also wait for the acceptance. You can let us know if you want any additional information or resources in the comment section. The detail of these steps which we have discussed so far will be posted in the description section.